I love hiking. It's free for the most part, simple, and an easy way to get you on an adventure. Now, I don't believe you need to go far and wide to have an adventure, but here I am, lucky enough to be far and wide. So I'm going to take you on 3 very different and fairly unique hikes. Some I've done before, some are pretty easy and straightforward, and some shining a light on new or at least unrealized thoughts in my head.
This is the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm not quite sure what kind of story or point this will have, but at the very least you may get to look at some nice landscapes. And if a walk in nature tends to ground you back to reality, maybe this will take you away from yours, even if only for a moment. Today I'm doing something pretty awesome and potentially kind of dangerous. Hiking in the desert in the middle of the night up to Delicate Arch. I've wanted to do this for a very long time. Something unique about being in the desert in the middle of the night. Can't see anything but the stars. This is pretty awesome. I did this hike back in 2019. The trail going up is pretty straightforward and honestly not all that dangerous. But I've always wanted to come back for 2 reasons. Beat the crowd and start at night to catch a sunrise. It's like walking on the surface of the moon or Mars. I'm not quite sure what your next step's gonna be. I like it though, it's fun. And I also forgot to poop before I came out here. That's unfortunate. Reaching the top at this time is quite a sight. You see the trail of headlights from cars turning into a trail of headlamps marching up the slope. The arch is not so much covered in hundreds of folks taking pictures inside it just yet, but admired from afar by photographers, filmmakers, and the purest of us all, nature lovers who just want to see the damn thing. But soon enough. To give you a little bit of perspective, when I got up here, there were 4 of us, and now there's this. This place is getting busy. I'm not typically one to think that anything I do is particularly amazing, but some of the things I've seen are absolutely amazing. I 100% believe that the Delicate Arch Trail is the best trail to do in Arches National Park. And doing it at dawn is absolutely the best time to do it. Truly amazing. So I'm on the Perimeter Trail. It's about a 6-mile trail. We did a little bit of it yesterday when we saw Cascade Falls, but today Misty is feeling a little lethargic, a little low energy, so she's just gonna hang out around the campsite. But she told me, go out and have some fun. So I'm gonna see if I can do this trail. The altitude's already messing with me a little bit. I'm not used to being this high up. I think we're close to 8,000 feet. It is currently 12:30. I started about 15 minutes ago. I've made it maybe half a mile, and I'm already worn out. So let's see how this goes. This was one that I didn't even know existed until yesterday. The wife and I hiked to a waterfall along the trail, and I realized that it ran around the entire town. And I thought, man, that's awesome. I've never hiked around the whole town before. Let's get at it. So I once read that if you are hiking anywhere in the Rockies or west of the Rockies, it is almost a guarantee that a mountain lion has seen you, if not contemplated killing you. And I read that several years ago, and hiking alone right now, that thought is weighing fairly heavily on my mind. I've got a stick I could poke it with, but I reckon that's just gonna piss it off more. So, Mr. Mountain Lion, if you're out there, I am not tasty. I am not lean, although I look it, I am out of shape. You will not enjoy me. Well, it's starting to rain a bit. I know up at Box Canyon, hopefully maybe only a mile ahead, if that, there is a little cave. So I'm hoping the rain holds out just long enough for me to tuck on into that cave. So I don't get absolutely drenched. So funny enough, yesterday we paid $10 for the both of us to park and hike up here. Today I did it for free. You gotta love it. I love when just a little bit of work means things are free.
As much as I love a desert, I love the mountains. Probably for the same reason. It means a harsh environment and harsh survival. And harsh survival means beautiful things.
This makes me nervous, because I believe that is bear shit. And I don't like that. I do not like that at all. It looks fresh as a daisy. So one of the beautiful things about hiking in unfamiliar territory and on a trail that's not tremendously well marked is that you have great potential to end up off trail. And that's exactly what I did. And not only that, but I'm fairly certain I came across bear shit. I'm not sure if my left nipple is cold or chafed. Suppose I'll find out later. Well, I made it to Cascade Falls, which means I'm almost done with this. Passed by not one, but 2 piles of bear shit. Hopefully it will not be a third time's a charm type situation. But just to give you a little perspective on where I've hiked from. Somewhere over here is where our campsite is. That's where I started, hiked up there. That is Box Canyon. And then somewhere up in here, all around up in this, and then up here. And it's only been like 5 miles. But it's a good trail, I like it.
I'm not sure when I got into hiking. I do know I've always liked new environments, or at least seeing things from a different perspective, and a physical challenge. Getting somewhere under your own steam makes things better. Sure, you can drive to an overlook and enjoy a nice view, but making something more challenging always makes it more special, more earned.
And like that, I'm done. Just a real short walk back to the trailer. What a lovely way to spend the day. I feel like I'm much more acquainted with Ouray, although I really wish Misty could have been a part of it. She would have loved it. But, on to the next place. Yep, significant nipple chafe.
Okay, all right.
I've read that this is one of the most dangerous hikes in the country. People have died here, but hundreds of people do this every day, so all I have to do is be one of them. Be average. And if there's anything I'm good at, it's being exceptionally average. So tomorrow I'm going to jump on my bike, or at least junk pretending to be a bike.
I hope I don't need my brakes too much. Not too sure if I should be trusting this thing on any sort of grade.
And ride about 5 miles to the trailhead. I'll hike up, hopefully survive, and with luck, we'll have a story to tell and a road trip to complete. I don't really know what to expect. I've watched some videos, and as a fairly confident person, I'm pretty excited.
Also, somebody was just playing a harp nearby. Kind of ominous if you think about it. A harp before you do something potentially life-threatening. I like it. All right, I am off. I am in Zion National Park. I'm heading to the grotto, which is right next to the trailhead that leads to Angel's Landing. We've got about 5 or 6 miles of bike riding, and I have not ridden this bike in anywhere from 6 to 8 months. So I'm a little out of practice. It is About 6:15 in the morning, about 34 degrees. It's cold, it's chilly, and yet again, like any of my previous night adventures, I couldn't take a shit this morning. So I'm wondering which layer of my 4 leg coverings it'll eventually work its way out of. We shall see. The name of the game here is to beat the crowd. First shuttle leaves at 7, so my hope is that I can get there before 7 and have about a 45-minute head start on everybody. That would put me at the more difficult chunks of the hike by dawn. Hopefully. We'll see. I love the juxtaposition here. Riding a cheap Walmart bike with a cheap Walmart pack, with a cheap Walmart helmet and cheap Walmart lights through this absolutely tremendous landscape. Not quite sure if there's anything out here that wants to kill me other than the landscape, but I hope not. I don't think I'd be tasty. I eat terribly and drink a lot of beer, so unless a mountain lion or something likes to taste of booze, probably don't eat me, mountain lion. There it is. There the bike stays for now. I've got no lock, so I'm hoping nobody gets handsy. So it's 6:45. I've made it to the trailhead. I got 2.5 miles up this little bit of trail to get to Angel's Landing. I've seen literally 2 other people. There's a certain type of psychopath that wants to do this crap in the middle of the night on a trail that you've never done. And I suppose I'm one of them. So I've made it to the chain section of the hike, and I will not lie, I'm fairly nervous. But thankfully there's not many people up here yet. I want to keep it that way and keep this party rolling.
And then there were the chains. Today is about new and unexpected things. The first part of this hike is pretty standard: elevation gains, switchbacks, and absolutely beautiful landscapes. But then I learned something new and unexpected.
Okay, I didn't like that at all. Not gonna lie, I am not really into this right now. I think I just learned that I'm kind of terrified of heights.
At the age of 34, I realized I'm a bit scared of heights. I reached a clearing and froze. I tried building up courage by convincing myself that maybe one of the giant California condors would snag me on the way down, or maybe if I just learned a bit of parkour, I could tuck and roll out of a fall. But ultimately, I had to settle on the comfort that if I messed up, I wouldn't regret it for long. And with the extra boost from an awesome family, I plowed ahead. More of a crawl than a hike for me. I didn't record much going up.
This is the most terrifying goddamn thing I've ever done in my life. This sucks.
Look at that, you can see the trams way down there. Ridiculous. Shuttles, not trams. Rhino, you dumbass. This is 100% the scariest hike I've ever done in my life. It's so long as I make it down without death. I'm never doing anything like this again. This is f***ing stupid.
We all have our ways of coping with situations, so after a short rest while fighting off overzealous chipmunks,
You're a ballsy little shithead, aren't you?
my way was through being annoying and using far too much profanity.
You all right? Oh my God, dude, you scared the shit out of me.
I just stepped in. nervous about after we get off.
I fell the right way. It was okay.
You did?
Don't follow that example.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I know, just look at the ground.
That ground?
Nope, don't. Shut up. Shut up, Chad. A little bit more confidence after coming up before now. But I don't want to be.
You know what to expect now?
Well, I'm fairly certain at least 2 members of this group, me and the father, are going to be ass scooting our way down. Whew, okay.
Take your time. Don't rush.
Rhino, you got this. Don't get overconfident. Hand on a chain. Hand on a rock.
Don't step on any of the roots. They're a little slick. Okay,
Jesus. Like the fucking Terminator. Jesus Christ.
What looking on all of a sudden?
It's just this mountain of man. Okay, Ryan. I can't wait to get back down to that toilet. Yeah, I'm retiring after this. You know, from sketchy shit. Skydiving's out the question. My wife's gonna punch me right in the head when she sees the video of this.
Want your GoPro down there?
I could just throw it off, meet it at the ground.
You would like to die without actually dying?
Well, don't jinx it.
All up here.
There's a Starbucks up there if you keep going.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6.
Oh, it's like 1,000 people up here.
Oh, okay.
Millions.
Behind you guys yet?
So it seems.
Yeah.
But you at least get to hang out with the condors while you're
Yeah,
waiting.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. Someone down there was like, you know what they're waiting for?
No, don't say that. Come on now.
What?
I will
Better step down.
attribute the fact that I made it to you guys.
We might have encouraged, but the action was all you, man.
This is why I like hiking so much. It's a fairly linear task. Put one foot in front of the other on maybe unfamiliar terrain and get from point A to point B. Bonus points if you don't get hurt, extra bonus points if you don't hurt the environment. But sometimes during this fairly innocuous task, you learn new things, gain new insight. I think there's something beautiful in doing things that make you terrified, or slightly scared, or even slightly uncomfortable and a tiny bit adventurous. I try to take something away from every film I make, a point to it, and I think this one was a difference between limits and barriers. I was frozen at that clearing for an hour. I backtracked and came back several times to think about it, struggling with the realization that I'm terrified, but wanting to go on. I finally had the epiphany. This was a barrier, but it wasn't my limit. I follow people that climb mountains, kayak around continents, or bike across countries. And while I don't think anything I've done is particularly amazing, I do think some of the things I've seen are. So while I'm none of the great adventurers, I'm pretty okay with being the low rung on this multi-tiered ladder.
Hey, look at that. Nobody stole the crappy Walmart bike. Today's a good day. Done. I'm alive. Thank God.